In the past, I had a very good family to begin with. But then all of a sudden, because of the violence in my house, my mom decided to leave my father. But she left me with my father. And that's the first moment I felt abandoned. I felt alone. As I carried on with life, I didn't realize how much this was affecting me. And when I got into this first relationship, I thought I found the person I was dreaming of. This is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. I was at an age where I was thinking, yes, this is the time to settle down. I was 18 years old. But then I realized that he was cheating on me. And I was like, completely again abandoned by myself with someone that I thought would be with me forever. So my life was spiraling out of control. I did not know what to do. I got into a relationship with someone who was 10 years older than me and was offered a job to be an escort. I felt really low. I felt like I was nothing. And that's the point that got me to one day walking aimlessly on the streets in Leicester. And I walked to this bridge and I looked down and I stood there contemplating taking my life. I got this sense of just a little bit of hope from somewhere. I'm not sure what it was, but I remembered that I was invited by a family member to go to the Universal Church. But it's not something that I had not thought about. I'd rejected every time I was invited. I'd refused to go. But at this moment where I was in the worst of my worst, when I was in my moment of despair, God remembered me and reminded me of this invitation. The next day, I rang my family member and I said, we need to go to this place because I need help. From the moment I walked into the Universal Church, I received my first prayer, and for the first time, I fell asleep without crying. I fell asleep without thinking about what was going on in my life. I felt like a heavy weight had been taken off my shoulder. God called me to this place for a reason, and things started to change from that day. As I was going through my journey in the Universal Church, I started seeing changes in my life slowly. But there was something different about the assistants that were there. I would see that they were stronger. So I wondered what this was. And I asked, and they said, it's the Holy Spirit that gives you this. And this was the beginning of me starting to seek the Holy Spirit. And as I learned the different things I needed to do to achieve and to receive the presence of God inside of me, I started doing those things. I started fasting, I started praying, I started seeking. And I remember one day while I was seeking, God remembered me again. He remembered that emptiness was for him to fill. And he came inside of me and I was filled with so much joy, so much peace. And I can remember I could see myself as a different person. Not the person that was at the bridge, not the person at the beginning when I came to the Universal Church, but someone completely different. I changed inside, and that was what I was looking for. Being remembered by God gives me this different vision in my life, especially because I was a manizer, having multiple men. I have a completely different vision of men. I see what a man should be and what I should and how I should treat the person, how I should live for the person. I'm no longer seeking for that love from men, but I know that I am being prepared to be able to be a woman of God, to be able to help my husband. I am completely blessed in my financial life. Things have completely changed. I think the tables have been turned, that's what I could say. And I love my job, I love my students, I love what I do. But most of all, I love that I'm able to give as well. And this gives me the most joy, being able to give people what I have. Today, I have a wonderful relationship with my mother. We are best friends. We talk about everything. We share everything. My relationship with my father as well has completely changed. I know that what happened between them does not affect me today. Forgiven what happened, and because God remembered me, He made me to be an assistant. He gave me the opportunity to be an assistant. I'm able to help people in the Universal Church. I'm able to assist those who are going through the same situation I went through. And this gives me the most joy. For me, being remembered by God is being happy, fulfilled, having hope, knowing that good things are coming for me as well. Having this joy inside of me that even though I know that sometimes things can happen, that I know that there's someone I can rely on. This is what being remembered by God is. Just having someone I can lean on whenever I'm down, whenever I'm low, because He is the one to lift me up.